What's going on, YouTube world? Caught myself. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to LilBigMan Gaming. Forgot. I gotta get used to not saying that. But welcome. We got a review for you guys of The Flash season. I almost forgot. I really did just forget what season we was in. Season 8, episode 10. Episode is called Reckless. And Reckless was the name of the, like, if it was one of those Sesame Street, that would be the name of the word of the episode too, would be Reckless, because it was pretty reckless in this episode. But let me give you a synopsis. Barry desired to keep the team safe is tested when Frost recklessly courts danger while trying to stop Black Flame. Iris tries to help a teen girl reunite with her mother, but unintentionally does more harm than good. So, the main crux of this episode is basically they set it up for the beginning starts with revealing what's wrong with Iris. So we do get an answer in this episode about what's wrong with Iris, because it picks up right where the last episode left off, and they give us somewhat of an answer. I wouldn't say it's a full answer, but they do give you a answer. This leaves Iris and I forgot his name, but I'm gonna call him the Steel Force God dude. The Steel Force God, or the Steel Force. He basically told Iris she has to stay in place while he get the new treatments ready. Barry, she basically hit the little emergency thing for Barry to come, and Barry does indeed come, and they explain the situation to him. And Barry wants to be here for her, but she tells him no, he has to go back and basically help stop with Black Flame. And I think part of the thing, like with Iris having to stay put, is that she basically had to confine herself to the room. I guess she can't move around a lot for something like before it get worse or whatever. But so this is all explained to Barry. Barry runs back to Central City because they in Coast City. So Barry runs back to Central City, and we then continue on from there till we transition from that. Once we get back to Central City with Barry, it shows what this episode, the main part of this episode, will be about. Where you see that we saw this in the trailer, Frost getting attacked by the Black Flame, and basically they going on to figure out how they go on to figure out why and how Black Flame is targeting Frost. And this episode pays off of earlier seasons little end credit point, I would say, with Caitlin and Frost's mother. This episode does bring that. Finally, we get a little answer to that, whether or not what happened with her was still the same, or was it undone by the changes from Crisis. And we do get an answer to that little nugget that never been answered. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what else I can say about the episode without spoiling anything. They do figure out why it attacks. While Black Flame goes after Frost. They dive more deeper into the Caitlin and Caitlin and Frost slash her mother's dynamic. There's a lesson to be her mother. Caitlin's mother learns from this ordeal because what she does in the episode, how she fits into this episode, goes back to the title of the episode, Reckless. She does something reckless with Frost, and what Frost is doing throughout the episode, the reason why she's like the main center point when it comes to this Black Flame story, is because she's being reckless with her life. in a way. She wants to, like they said in the trailer, she wants to use herself as bait, and you see how reckless she is with it. Though, like she, and that's like the lesson she has to learn is that you have to value your life. You have to see that what you're doing could potentially end your life because you're basically putting yourself in the line of fire, and you gotta care about your life and how stubborn she is at the beginning to not really hear what everybody's saying, and then as the episode goes on, the story progresses, she slowly starts to realize what Caitlyn and everybody else says is true. Iris does indeed help the girls. She's for the most part she helps the girl, but something tragic happens in helping her. That plays into Iris' time sickness. There's the one thing I will say I didn't like was that Barry never suited up in this episode. Like he's in this episode, don't get me wrong. Everybody's in this episode, but him not suiting up was like, oh. But then again, it was like this episode does take place like, cause I think Barry says when everything just happened, like I think cause he was talking to Frost and he said it's not even 24 hours later. So I think he said it's just about 24 hours later. So this is like, I think the episode takes place like within that same night going into the next day. That day, cause he said, like I said, he said it's not even 24 hours later when Frost got attacked by the Black Flame. And they discover some things about the Black Flame and how which would probably, and what I mean by that is that it would lead them into capturing and probably defeating Black Flame. This episode does push the story of the Black Flame into the direction where they at least know how to they have a way to capture it now, and they have somewhat of a plan to combat this thing. But obviously the Black Flame, something just jumped in my eye. Obviously the Black Flame has a bigger agenda, and the end credit, or the little stinger as they call it for the TV shows, is that somebody might be returning from the past, and this is going to play into the next episode. And I was pretty much right about how this particular past character was going to return, because we all know this character is coming back, because they already confirmed that the actor who played this character is coming back this season and this particular story arc. But now it's become pretty clear how he's coming back, which means he's back. But is he truly back? Is the question. Is this the real him? But this episode was, other than the fact that I think the only thing I didn't like was that Barry never suited up to be the Flash in this episode, and we still didn't like the whole dynamic with the police chief, Kramer. She wasn't in. This is like the second or third episode that Kramer is not in. It might just be the second. No, I think it's the third. Yeah, because we haven't seen her since episode 10. We haven't seen her since episode 7, which was Lockdown, wasn't it? We haven't seen her since then, and it's like, what was the whole point of this whole story building with her and not bringing her into the story or having her in the episode so that she's part of Team Flash now? But other than those two things, the whole him not shooting up and Kramer being missing still, unless it's a part of a bigger story that's yet to be seen. But that I will forgive that if it's a part of a bigger story. And I might say in another video, if they do reveal that the reason why she was gone was a story reason, then I'll probably cut back and upgrade this grade for this video. But with that being said, I'm giving this a I was going to give it a 7. Yeah, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10 big ups, because it wasn't the best. It wasn't the greatest. It was a good episode. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't the greatest Flash episode. The those two things really didn't hinder my, like what, and not even like from the episode standpoint. It's like these two things could have made the episode a little bit better. Like the suit, maybe the suit was a nitpick, but still a negative for me. But Kramer not being there, it kind of could have added a dynamic to the episode that was missing. But other than that, the episode was good. I enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go check out Reckless. I'm just hoping for something good. But if you enjoyed this review, then you hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. I was about to say I was it was funny because before I say reviews, it was about to come out. I was about to say season 2 reactions. So that's why I had to stop. I was like, I almost said season 2 reaction reviews. And if you enjoyed this video so much, you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things, because it greatly helps me bring you more content. Alrighty then. And if you enjoyed this video, then you hit this. You hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. I messed it up. I was trying to keep this extra to it because I was going to transition and say, be on the lookout for some more gameplay videos, and that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 review is coming your way. It's coming next. Or maybe, no, you know what? Yeah, it's coming next right after this. So, peace out.